Hey, so since I have some time, I'll actually go ahead and make this video to let you guys know that around a year ago today, I moved to Belgium and then I ended up coming back twice, right? And just long story short, when I went, they literally called me with less than like 2 weeks notice. I ended up going just shy of a month later because I had a car wreck and then my third floor bathroom was leaking into this office, which is on the second floor. Plus, I was here in Houston by myself. I really didn't have anybody to really like help me take care of my house, which that's my responsibility, right? It's my responsibility. But it all happened so quick. I really wanted to go back overseas because I love being overseas. I've always wanted to work for NATO, especially when I was active duty. But every position that I knew of was mostly for officers. Then I get there and even though the work was interesting, I bumped shoulders or rubbed shoulders with a lot of important people, a lot of people that are really, changing the world in what NATO stands for and all their other missions. I feel like I did it at a great personal cost. And I remember God was like, you gotta go. And I remember right before that was, or right after that was the holiday break. And we get a really lengthy holiday break. It's like almost 2 weeks. And I took an extra week of telework on top of that. And I came back home. And I actually had sent my resignation letter from the States. But my chief of staff wanted me to wait until I got back and to talk about it. But it really didn't change because it was just so much personal stuff going on that anything professional, even the slightest inconvenience, was going to piss me off. That's just how it is. That's just how it was for me, right? So I went back and, I made a lot of decisions based off of going back. I was supposed to go back for 2 months. I ended up staying until June. So I was only supposed to do April, May. But I did, like I said, ended up staying to June. But right before I came back, when I resigned, I twisted both of my ankles. So because I had came back and I was only back for 2 months, so the deal was that I would work remotely for 2 months to go back and finish my remaining month on contract. Well, I ended up twisting both my ankles literally the day before, 2 days before I flew back to the States for my 2 months stateside. And y'all, I shouldn't have not been walking. And so what that did was that just further delayed the healing of my left ankle. So imagine me going back, I'm walking 7-10 miles a day. Like everything I did, the underlying thought was, oh my God, my feet, my ankles. So it was just a lot to do. During that time, I had put a tenant in my house in Houston because one, I wanted the house to be looked after, and then two, I did want to cut down the costs. So, me coming back early, because I actually did find another job and I was going to stay until next year, that presented some challenges as well, because what I could have done had I just listened to God and came back legitly the first time, I would have just moved into my house in Louisiana and fully rented out the house here in Houston. And that's something that I still deal with every day, like those decisions. And, some days are better than others because now, the setup is not what it was when I did the setup, and that's just a everyday struggle. So now what I aspire to do is to make sure anything that I do lines up to me first professionally and then personally, because I already see how when stuff don't line up for me personally, how it can affect me in the long run, even with things that I don't see, even when God is telling me you need to go. Like, I feel like had I listened to when he told me I need to go the first time, I would have completely just cut the job, came back, and things would have moved on track. Like, yes, I did want to go, but it's not like I was bound to it, right? Like, if I want to apply right now or go back right now, I'm pretty sure I can call the manager director and be like, hey, I got some time. But one major lesson I've learned is don't do stuff that does not align. I don't care how much you like it. I don't care how much I love being overseas, how much I love the Christmas markets and being able to get the cheap flights and, going to all the festivals, going to all the travel. The dating over there was immaculate. Like, I really love being over there, and you can love something and not indulge in it. And I guess that was the lesson that I didn't know I needed, but it smacked me right in the face like that, y'all. So if I have any takeaways, it's be sure that what you're doing aligns to what you what you want. I am blessed enough to be in a place where I can kind of pick and choose professionally, and I pray that God allows me to keep it that way. You know, of course, it's hard work. It's a lot of different things. And so I do feel privileged and blessed and grateful that I do have the power of choice. So yeah, so anyway, that's why I went there. I came back, and yeah, so I'm just gonna, after this, I'm just gonna like just drop videos of my time there. So this will be from October 2022 up until June 2023. I hope y'all enjoy it. I miss it so much. Like, I miss it so much. But I am in the process of developing my new why, because the why that I had, I feel like was only good when I was in the military, because I like hit that goal. And I have been searching for like a new goal. And honestly, I had been looking like professionally and outward, but honestly, a lot of the goals I have are more inward and personal, more spiritual, and that's so crazy to even talk about. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed these series that I have coming up, and check you later.